Enyobeni Tavern owner eNCA Ndebvu is back in court again this morning, facing charges of contravening the Liquor Act after teenagers died at his venue in Scenery Park back in June. So let's find out where we are on the story, bring into the conversation on the story for us eNCA reporter Ronald Masinda, just outside the court building across the road. Hello to you, Ronald. Good to have you back with us as well, by the way. Let's just talk about this court case as well, because it's not just the families, but the entire country wants to see a story that got so much attention and was covered for days and days and days, how quickly the court acts on this tragedy. Good morning.
Good morning, Gareth. Well, today we are expecting a pre-trial to commence. This follows the postponement that took place early in September. We are expecting eNCA Ndebvu and Vuyokazi Ndebvu to appear before court today. But this case was opened by the Eastern Cape Liquor Board for contravening the Liquor Act by selling liquor to children. Now, just to take the viewers back into the sequence of events, this tragic event took place on the 26th of June. This follows, Gareth, reports of a social media post that sort of influenced the children, and many of them under the age of 18, to go to Enyobeni Tavern following the mid-year exams. Many of them, of course, were on holiday celebrating the event, and this media post obviously saying that children will get free alcohol. And what led to the tragic events were something that no one could believe. 21 young lives lost, the youngest being a 13-year-old, most of which were 18 years and younger. So what followed then were parents waiting with bated breath to hear sort of the post-mortem and the cause of the deaths. Initially, it was thought that they may have died due to a stampede. Then a toxicology report followed that suggested that they may have inhaled carbon monoxide. And then what followed was a lot of anxiety. Then there was a funeral, a mass funeral, where we saw empty boxes in Scenery Park, where the Eastern Cape government, as well as the presence of Cyril Ramaphosa at that funeral, the president calling for the age of the drinking age to be increased by at least 21, condemning what could have been taken place. But the parents had many unanswered questions until the Eastern Cape Health Department came up with the actual report to the cause of death, ending up to being suffocation. But many parents saying that, you know, this took so much time and they felt that there was a cover-up one way or another. So today we are expecting parents to also be here in court in support, of course, of their children, and those also in support of.
All right, Ronald, for the moment then, thank you very much. I think you've summed up very nicely what we're expecting out of court for today. eNCA reporter Ronald Masinda. Going to be a very emotional day as well for the families, as Ronald alludes to as well. The moment the court does get underway, we'll take you back to Ronald as well and just get reaction from all of those who are following the tragedy of this family and these youngsters, but also how the court and how quickly the court is going to handle this particular court case itself.